wiggle, wiggle. Just a little wiggle. John Cheese, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Just a little wiggle. Yeah.
Panic, with your hands. Got me in the slow, make it way to glance. If I take a picture while you do your dance, I can make it famous on Instagram. Ah, damn it, woo! Don't put it like two pennies. Woo! Go ahead and go ham sandwich. Woo! Oh, I can't stand it, 'cause you know what to do with the big bad butt.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Just a little wiggle. A wiggle, 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 wiggle. A wiggle, 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 wiggle. A wiggle, 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 wiggle. Just a little wiggle. What you doing, Kim Michelle?
Cadillac, pop that truck. Let's take a shot, alley-oop that dunk. Tired of working that 9 to 5. Come a pretty girl, let me change your life. Ah, damn it, don't put it like two pennies. Go ahead and go ham sandwich. Oh, I can't stand it, 'cause you know what to do with the big bad butt.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. I see you up here,
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
just a little wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle.
Hey, breathe.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Just a little wiggle. And DJ, play! I'm feeling that Bojack. Swiss girl, Swiss girl. And DJ, play! All right. What you doing, Angie? I am y'all. KC.
'Cause you know what to do with the big bad butt.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Just a little wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Yeah, just a little wiggle.